Yeah, so to me, a hero is definitely not a pararescue man or really anybody in the rescue community. It's someone that gets put in a position where they're untrained or unequipped, and then they have to perform in that situation to do something virtuous.
The teachers are definitely heroes.
You know, we did exactly in that situation what we would hope somebody would do if it was our loved one, if that was my daughter, if that was my wife, if my family. I hope somebody would stop and act the same way or better.
Hello again, and welcome to day 2 of the 2020 Real Heroes Awards. I'm Josh Howes. Yesterday, we saw some pretty amazing stories, rescues from the water and on land. We presented the awards for marine rescue, wilderness rescue, and transportation safety. I feel so lucky knowing that real-life heroes live among us right here in the great state of Alaska.
Hello, I'm Julie Taylor. Josh and I both agree that we are honored and humbled to be asked to share these stories with you. Are you ready for some more awe-inspiring videos? These stories today will prove that you can be a hero at any age and any height, anyone and anywhere.
Now remember to share these stories with everyone. Friends, families, coworkers, spread the word via social media.
Thanks, Josh. Dave Wolf here for day 2 of the Real Heroes. I'm Vice President of the HSC for ConocoPhillips, Alaska, where safety is paramount in everything that we do. We have to follow protocols. So I'd like to take a minute and talk about what are the protocols that you follow in case of an earthquake. 3 things to remember: drop, cover, and wait. Drop to the ground. If you can, get under a desk or a table, and then take your arm and cover the back of your neck and the back of your head in case something falls from above. And then the last thing you do is you're gonna wait for the shaking to stop before you start moving around. But for now, let's resume our activities and get back to the stories.
This is Tanguy Lebrecht, CEO of the American Red Cross of Alaska. Emergencies don't stop, and neither do local Red Cross volunteers, who are still providing care and comfort after disasters of all sizes, including home fires. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, volunteers are providing relief services virtually. We're connecting with families by phone or video calls and continuing to provide support like lodging, health, and mental health services, as well, of course, emergency financial assistance. One word that has been sticking in my mind during this pandemic is essential. As an adjective, it's defined as absolutely necessary and indispensable. That describes to me the essence of the Red Cross. It is essential to ensure we fulfill our Red Cross mission in a way that only the Red Cross can. It is essential to prevent and alleviate suffering in a new normal, in a world that is not predictable. Every employee, volunteer, board member, donor, partner, and resident served by the Red Cross is essential to our mission, and I believe that recognizing the everyday heroic deeds of our Alaskan volunteers is both uplifting and essential. Like the heroes being honored here today, they give us hope and they give us inspiration. Deeds performed with no expectation of recognition or praise, simply innate impulse to do good, to respond when called upon to help fellow Alaskans. It is my pleasure and my honor to serve alongside all of our heroes, and I'm inspired by the stories we're all hearing about over these 3 days. The financial support of our donors is also essential. The Red Cross is able to fulfill our essential mission because of our ability to mobilize our own hero workforce and also to the generosity of our donors. I want to encourage you to volunteer. I want to encourage you to donate, and I really want to encourage you to share these inspiring stories. Thank you for joining us. Speaking of inspiring stories, let's hear about this year's Youth Good Samaritan Award. Here from First National Bank of Alaska is Betsy Lauer. Take it away, Betsy.
Thanks, Tanguy. Hello, I'm Betsy Lauer, Board Chair and CEO of First National Bank Alaska. We're proud to honor the real heroes in Alaska, continuing our long history of support for the Red Cross, just as we've supported the communities we serve for nearly a century. As a grandmother myself, I'm particularly honored to share the story of an unlikely first responder, an 8-year-old boy who faced a scary and life-threatening situation when his grandmother suffered a mini stroke. Each year, our team is amazed how Alaska's youth demonstrate incredible strength and determination to perform these acts of heroism. That's why our bank is proud to sponsor the Red Cross's Youth Good Samaritan Award. James, I can't imagine how it felt in those moments, but I'm glad it worked out the way it did, in large part because of your calm, thoughtful action. On behalf of everyone at First National Bank Alaska, we're proud to virtually present James Bauer with the 2020 Real Heroes Award for Youth Good Samaritan.
When I heard her fall, I got out of bed and she said, call mom and call 911.
Hi, I'm Debbie Emery, and I am James's grandmother.
I'm James Bauer, and I'm 10 years old.
James spends about every weekend, at least either Friday night or Saturday with me, and he was spending the night with me the night of the accident. And for some reason, I don't know what happened, but I woke up and I was face down on the floor, and he heard me fall between my bed and my dresser.
When I heard her fall, I got out of bed.
And I remember him coming around the edge of the bed and asking me if I was okay. And I tried to get up, and I said, no, I'm not. Call your mom, because she only lives about 4 blocks from me, and then call 911. And I don't remember anything after that until the next afternoon when I was in the hospital room.
I called mom and I called my dad because my mom didn't answer. And then I called my dad, he answered, and then I called 911, and the 911 operator calmed me down and was very nice.
And told her my address, and then he got a blanket off the bed and covered me up because he thought I'd be cold and wanted to make me comfortable, and waited until the ambulance and his mother got there. And I was taken to Matsu Regional Hospital. It was very fortunate that he was there, and very fortunate that he knew how to dial 911, and he talked his way through the whole incident with the MATCOM operator, and she kept him very calm, and he was calm through the whole thing until I was at the hospital and was in my room, and then he did come up to see me when he was there, and then he told me that he was very scared.
Anyone could be in the position and anyone could do the same thing that I did.
I don't know that I would be here talking to you or walking and speaking and being able to go back to work if it hadn't been for James.
Alaska's Red Cross plays a critical role in our state, providing aid for families displaced by fires, offering support for military families in need of assistance, teaching Alaskans first aid and CPR, and serving on the front lines in the face of disaster, and really so much, much more. So this virtual event, whether you are one of our heroes, our sponsors, our volunteers, or Alaska Red Cross supporters, each of you help to ensure the Red Cross is able to continue those efforts. When Alaskans are in need, the Alaska Red Cross is there in communities across our state to train, to assist, and to comfort. And with around 90% of the Alaska Red Cross workforce made up of volunteers, much of this good work would simply not be possible without Good Samaritans, both young and old, who stop what they're doing to help others, Alaskans helping Alaskans. These acts of bravery and service, ordinary Alaskans helping in a time of need, have become even more evident as we work to overcome the COVID-19 pandemic. Even during this difficult and uncertain time, volunteers are stepping up to help the Alaska Red Cross carry out their life-saving mission. The need for volunteers is pressing and continues to evolve with the current health crisis, so that the many Alaskans that have answered the call to give blood or help provide other services to your community, we thank you for your spirit of generosity. Thank you again to the Alaska Red Cross and the incredible Alaskans that you're honoring. You truly are our everyday heroes.
Hello, I'm Eric Keskula, Vice President of our North Slope Operations with ConocoPhillips, Alaska.
Eric.
What? Dave, I'm doing my bit.
Time for a safety moment.
I'm doing my bit. It's my turn.
Well, I guess this is just a good reminder to lock down your Virtual meetings. Sorry, Eric.
All right. Well, thanks, Dave. Again, my name's Eric Keskula. I'm Vice President of our North Slope operations for ConocoPhillips, Alaska. We have the great privilege of introducing this year's Workplace Slope Safety Award winner, Nick Ridley. We've sponsored this hero category for many years now, and each year we continue to be proud and inspired by those who step up to the plate at the most unexpected times and put their training into action when it's needed most. In an emergency situation, Nick chose to put safety first through proactive actions which saved someone's life at the workplace on the North Slope. Take a look at this amazing story.
So I just asked him if he was all right, and he looked at me with a kind of a weird look and didn't say anything, just shook his head no. Hi, my name is Nick Ridley. I work on the North Slope out at Alpine. This event happened in the fall of 2019. It was steak night, so went into our chow hall, got steak, sat down. After I was done, I was at the dishwash station, so putting my plate, utensils, and everything away. And this guy just came kind of staggering toward me and leaning over the trash can as if like something didn't agree with his stomach and he's gonna puke it up. That's what it looked like to me. And then all of a sudden he just kind of stood up. Then he started grabbing for his throat. So I asked him, "Are you choking?" And he nodded his head and started getting the panic look on his face. So I said, "Do you mind if I help you?" and gave you the Heimlich. It was kind of an awkward situation because this guy was 6'5". I am 5'7" on a good day. So it was David and Goliath, basically. Gave him three abdominal thrusts, and in between each thrust, I asked him if it had cleared. And by the third one, he finally took a big gasp of air and began coughing. And once he kind of regained everything, he shook my hand and, "Hey, thanks, I really appreciate it." For myself, it was kind of eye-opening because the chow hall was full of people, and with that going down, nobody noticed. No one really paid attention until everything was done. It was, what just happened over there? I personally wouldn't be here today had it not been when I was 21 years old. My brother, he saved me in Seattle. Sorry. Didn't think this would happen, but wow. We were going to Hawaii on a senior trip, and we stopped at the bagel factory, and I started choking, and thankfully he was a part of the university fire department at that time, so he was already in EMT 3, and he jumped right up, knew exactly what to do, unlodged it, it came flying out. Just a simple thing of in a hurry to get to your next plane and eating too fast. So had he not saved me, I wouldn't have had the opportunity, or I don't know if anybody would have at that time, for this other gentleman. So that's my story.
Hi, I'm Holly Zachman. I'm Business Development Director for Alaska Regional Hospital. Alaska Regional Hospital sees medical rescue heroes every day. Sponsoring the Red Cross in this category is important to us because we want to honor the heroes that make a difference in people's lives. We also want to inspire everyone to be their own medical rescue hero, from learning CPR to watching out for your fellow neighbor. Taking an active part in helping each other makes our job a lot easier and certainly more fulfilling.
The patient was in a lot of pain as well, which can cause heart rate to go up. So I asked him to check the patient's heart rate, and definitely it was 2 separate heartbeats. Hi, I'm Marian Hoosier, physician assistant for ConocoPhillips at Kaparick. Our clinic is located 800 air miles from the nearest large medical facility. The patient had noticed that she had been gaining weight, and so the evening before, matter of fact, she ran 5 miles on the treadmill in an attempt to lose this weight, which is just phenomenal in itself, really. But that seemed to make her cramping worse, so she followed back up with Tim Katzma, our PA, and was just in severe pain and had never experienced anything like this before, had never had a child before. Tim astutely did a pregnancy test and realized she was pregnant, which shocked her because she'd been on birth control all this time and had no signs that would otherwise suggest that she was pregnant. Tim asked me to do the exam, and he was standing by. When I listened, I heard a heartbeat that was rapid, which goes along with a fetus heart rate, and just to double check, because the patient was in a lot of pain as well, which can cause heart rate to go up. So I asked him to check the patient's heart rate, and definitely it was 2 separate heartbeats. And then I finished the exam. I could tell the baby was in position and delivery was imminent. And keep in mind, we are not equipped at all for delivery. She wants to push this baby out, but she knows that this baby needs to stay inside with her until we have a team in place. And she fought through, she breathed through all that pain, she worked with us, and she managed to hold on until we gave her the go. And then when it was time to go, she pushed and worked hard. I mean, she did awesome. And thanks to the dedication of all these medical professionals and volunteers, we have a healthy, beautiful baby and mother.
Hello, my name is Joe Gerace. I'm the chair-elect for the Alaska Red Cross Board of Directors. Today, we honor the Anchorage Fire Departments and Police Departments for their tireless actions as first responders, regardless of the crisis, pandemic, or climate, to do what is in their DNA to take care of all of us in times of emergencies, 24/7, 365 days a year. Always, the Anchorage Police Department and Fire Departments adhere to their mission and core values: to serve our community before, during, and after an emergency. The Red Cross works closely and collaboratively when we are called to assist them in their heroic efforts to save lives and property. We rely on their expertise and guidance during emergencies and take great comfort in knowing they are here when we need them. This is why we are honoring the Anchorage Fire and Police Departments with this year's Fire Rescue Award. We are forever grateful to these dedicated men and women for keeping us safe. Thank you to the Anchorage Firefighters Union 1264 for their longtime support of this award and the Red Cross of Alaska.
You know what all these stories have in common? Knowing what actions to take when emergency strikes, knowing to call 911, knowing first aid or CPR.
That's right, Josh. And that is what the Red Cross does every day. Teaches people first aid and CPR, basic life-saving courses, and babysitting courses, even during this pandemic. Check it out and even take a class online.
Come on back tomorrow for our final day of Real Life Heroes. And remember, emergencies don't stop, and neither does the American Red Cross. Your gift will help us to respond when disasters and emergencies happen. Thanks to a generous matching gift from the Block Foundation, your gift can be matched up to $25,000. Please make your gift at redcross.org or follow the link below on your screen. Thank you for watching, and see you tomorrow.